Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the support and resistance and their importance in the share trading. We all know that share prices are always fluctuating and it always keeps on coming up and coming down. And it is very important for all of us to understand the reasons for the rise in the prices and the fall in the reason for the fall in the prices. If any trader is able to understand the reason for the fall and the rise of the prices, he will be able to maximize his profit, or in the case of loss, he will be able to minimize the losses. And if the support and resistance are very important. For example, if the support can be used to, if you understand the support level and the resistance level, by helping the understanding the support level, we can we can know that how low our stock can go, and we can minimize our losses in that case. And if you know that how high a stock can go, how high a stock can go with the help of the resistance, we will be able to maximize our profit. So by understanding the support and resistance, we will be able to minimize our losses and maximize our profit. That is why it's very important, because we know in the share market that the rise and fall of prices are due to many factors. Like for example, it may be for example due to the buying and selling of the SIAs, any news coming up, any international news coming up. So there are different news about the fundamentals of the company. So there are so many factors which are responsible for the rise and fall of the prices of the share. Now, what is the support? Support is basically a minimum point, a minimum price point, lowest price point a stock can go below, and below that it finds it difficult to go below that particular price point. It's called as the support. And resistance is something highest price point above which this share finds it difficult to go above that. Now, for example, if you have to look at over here, if you look here, now in a share like this, now if you see this over here, this can be our resistance over here, and this can be our support. This can be a resistance over here. We can say that this is a resistance, the highest point, and this can be a support. Now this support and resistance can be plotted in different time frame. Now it can be a minute time chart, it can be a hourly time chart, it can be for example a day time chart, a month. Now on which time frame we want to look at the support resistance, that is very important. So accordingly in the software we can plot it, the time chart, the support and resistance, and we can see that we can see the price level of the stock during that particular time period. So time period is very important to understand, that in what time period we are understanding that support and resistance. Because if you look in that time, now it's dependent upon what kind of trading you are doing. For example, if you are doing in the intraday trading, it's very important for all of us to understand the hourly chart or a minute chart is very important for all of us. Now, for example, if you are doing the positional trading, now for example in a month's time or like in a week's time, then it is very important for all of us to understand the candlestick chart, the chart which you are plotting in that time frame. So it is very important that how in what time frame we are looking at the stock price. So nothing but for example resistance is something above which a share find it difficult to go above it, and support is the lowest price point of a stock below which it find it difficult to go below that. Now it can be, now there can be for example a multiple level of the support and resistance. We can see that, and that can be plotted with the help of the pivot chart, which you can use in the software, or any of the software, for example, and best for example freely we can use on the economic times. We can very well see that. So depending upon there could be multiple level of this resistance and could be multiple level of support on the chart which you can see. But it's very important. For example, if you are able to understand the resistance, able to understand the support, it helps us to understand, minimize our losses in that case, and also help us to maximize the. Now it's very important that for a trader who is doing that, because we know that for the new trader, those who enter the market, they do not know, they are not able to time the market in a good way. So it's very important. It helps us to understand and time the market in a good way. That at what time should we enter and what time we should leave the market. So resistance and support are very important point. Below that we have to, if our share price of the particular company is going below that, then we have to sell that, and we have to, again we can resist the point above which the share price is finding it difficult to go above that. And as we have said that it caused by different factors, like example of the buying, when multiple are like when we see rise in the price of the share, it's maybe due to several factors. For example, good news about the company may have come, or any bulk buying is happening in the market. That's primary thing, that any qualified institutional investors are buying the share of the company. And in the same way, any bad news is coming about the market. If any bad news is coming about the market, that could be the reason. We know that the falling of the price in the share price could be, for example, due to the selling of the shares. It could be because of the selling of the shares. It could be because of the bulk buy, and it could be because of the bulk selling. So that could be the primary reason for the rise and fall of the prices, and that forms actually the support and the resistance prices in the market. And mainly it is not affected mainly by the retail investors. Do not have the power to actually command the market or form the resistance and the support level. It's mainly due to the international factor and the FIIs, the bulk buyings happening, and news about the company that's coming in the market. We'll see on the chart that how the different support and resistance can be plotted on the chart. We can see over here. We will see now. We will see that by plotting the different resistance and support levels on the charts. Let's say, for example, if you take the TCS as the example. Now we can see on the TCS. The TCS is one of the stock. We can, as I just said to you all, that the support and resistance level can be seen and on the different time frame. It's totally dependent upon us that what time frame we would like to see on that particular chart on. Now, for example, let's see if I have to plot the TCS on the day chart. Now this is how the TCS would look like. You can see, for example, now on the top level how the at what level on the top you can see that how the TCS the support has been formed, and on the below that again we can see that on the support level. So support level, and you can see the support level on different time charts. For example, in the month of April, you can see for the April, the daily, what was the support for the April month on the day-to-day basis, on daily basis. We can see that on every day, and then we can see on the in the month of every day, for example, on daily basis, what was the support and resistance level. We can see across the entire chart. We can see that. Again, we can, for example, we can see furthermore, we can see on this how the support and resistance level has varied from there. So it's very important for all of us that it's now the entry level, the support and resistance help us to actually also decide the range of the stock in which the stock is going to trade. The entire band of the price band, it helps us to understand, discover the price band of the stock during a particular time period. Now, for example, let's say, for example, if I have to plot this this on the hourly chart. If I plot that on the hourly chart, now you can see that the fluctuations in the hourly chart is more than as compared to the daily basis now, because you see that in intraday, if I have to plot this support and resistance on the intraday level basis, the support and resistance will vary on that. You can see very well over here on the hourly basis on how the charts had actually behaved. So you can see the support and resistance level and different on the hourly time frame. You can see 60-minute time frame. You can see over here. This is very important that we have to understand the support and resistance level. Now, if for example, again we can see on the monthly basis, if you have to see that support and resistance for the same stock TCS, we can see that on the monthly basis as well. So how we can understand the charts on the monthly basis also. So you can over here you can keep on plotting support and resistance. So as I said, that it helps us to understand the price band on a particular time period. That help us to on on that hourly time period how the stock is behaving. So it is very important for all of us to understand the stock prices on the hourly basis, that how the during this month how it has behaved. So it's very important for all of us that the understand the stock prices and the in that hourly basis on the particular day. So how support and resistance has been formed on the different time level. So we have to understand the fluctuations over here, as we can see the hourly basis. So it's very important that we understand the if you have to trade on the on particular day, or for example hourly basis, so we have to look the support and resistance accordingly for that time frame only, that how it has behaved. So that is how it has it will help us to understand the understanding the support and resistance level. So it's very important for all of us that we understand the price level on that moment only. That is why we have to look for the things, and hourly basis are on what basis we are doing that. How we expand that is again we have to understand this. Again we can see that on the hourly basis how the chart has been produced. So you can see different time levels at different time instant how the chart has behaved. So it's very important for us to understand the different on what level the chart has behaved and how the support and resistance is being formed. So we can see that the hourly time frame, we can see that, and how we can understand the about the support and resistance and different time level from on the hourly basis. We can see here that how on the entire day the stock has performed during the day at a particular time. So we can see it totally upon us that how do on what time frame we want to see and what is our trading strategy. Accordingly we can see the support and level for hourly basis. In that hour it keeps on changing hour to hour basis, and we can understand the position of the support. So it helps us to understand in during on that time frame that how did this stock perform on that level, on what was the support of that and what was the resistance level at that moment. So it helps us to understand where is the market moving market directions. It helps us to understand. That's how the we can use these two support and resistance level to maximize the profit and minimize our losses in that case. If the stock continuously breaks the resistance level one by one, level 1, level 2, level 3, we can clearly identify the stocks will be in the uptrend. We can say that it helps us to understand that the stock price is going to move up and up. Means there is a strong bullish, it's a bullish market, and the people are very optimistic about the stock prices, and the company is very confident about the stock company's performance in the future. So that's why how it will break the resistance level and it will grow uptrend. Inversely, for example, if the stock if the stock is going down and down, it is continuously breaking the support level, we can see the stock is in the downtrend. We can see that stock is in the, you can see the support 1, support 2 and support 3. If the stock is continuously breaking the support level again and again, that you can see the stock is in the downtrend. If the stock is breaking the resistance level, that stock is in the uptrend, and that's in the downtrend. Now we can, for example, this also help us to identify the stop process also. If you see the stop is moving again and again, breaking the support level, we can put the stop support depending upon our position strategy, what we understand. We can choose any one of the level as a stop loss, what we believe that how the stock market will go up, depending upon confidence, depending upon the study, what we have seen. The support level can also be used as a stop loss point for all of us. We can use this as a stop loss point, and that we can see on the, we have seen on the chart, that can be used as a stop loss for all of us. That again, for example, again, if you see that the stock is moving up, and if we believe that the stock after some time is going to come down, then we can even put this as a stop loss. Again, we can use this as to maximize our profit. So we can, depend upon how we see the market, that how in that case to maximize the profit over here, we can put the what we can see, that's when the market comes over there, that's how we can put the stop loss over there. And in this case we can see that if the market is coming down, we can put the stop loss over here. So that's how it will help us to understand, minimize our losses, and it will help us to maximize our profits. So that's how the things we can help the understand the support and resistance level in the stock market, and that will help us to maximize our profits and minimize our losses. Hope you understood and like the video. Kindly do subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon to get the more updates and notification about the future videos. Thank you once again. Thank you.